Hello subscribers, today I want to show you how to create a basic blank signet ring in Nomad Sculpt. Subscribe to my channel, hit the like button. Have you done that? Well, if you have, then let's get started. Alright, let's delete this sphere. We'll add a cylinder instead. This will represent the size of our finger. We need to switch here. And adjust the size of this cylinder by entering the value 18.2. Let the height of the cylinder be 20. I'll increase the mesh density of this cylinder a bit. Next, I'll duplicate this cylinder by pressing Clone. In the cylinder settings, let's write 22.2 here. This way, the thickness of our ring will be 2 millimeters. And its height, let's make it 10. Let's change the matte cap to orange so it's clearer what represents the finger and what represents the ring. What I'd like to do is probably add a cube for orientation. A cube will help us orientate in the thickness of the ring. Let's add a cube. And in the cube settings, specify a size of 2 millimeters. This will be the thickness of the ring on the side. Let's position this cube using the gizmo. And let's add one more cube sized 1 and 4 millimeters. I think that'll be great. So 1 and 4 will be a thickness reference. Here. These will be our thickness references. Next, let's change the matte cap of these cubes to red to make them more noticeable, just like this. I think this will be great. Let's turn on the grid and add another cube. This will be the top part of the ring. Let's pull it up in this menu to keep it separate from the other orientation cubes, and in the size settings of this cube, let's set it to 16. Let's pull this cube a little higher. Pull the bottom part of the cube to the center of the coordinates, like this, approximately. It doesn't matter. It's just for example. Let's put it approximately here. Let's enable wireframe and adjust our cube like this. The density will be 5. I think this polygon density will be enough. Here's our cylinder, which will be the basis of our ring. Let's adjust its polygon count. Stretch it in width, approximately, to match the top cube. And let's make its topology the same as the cubes. Press Validate. Alright, not bad for now. Let's move our cylinder up a bit. We can use the red cubes as a reference. Approximately like this. Let's take trim. Make sure we have these settings. Select rect. Enable the grid. And trim the top part of the cylinder ring. And now let's work with the cube. Using cell mask, let's mask this part of the polygons. And then take the gizmo tool, and using the gizmo, adjust our cube. This way, we mask part of the polygons and edit the shape of the cube. Adjust the shape so that our cube now matches our cylinder. Like this. Basically, it's already not bad, but it needs a bit of adjustment. Let's mask this part with the mask, invert the mask. And using the gizmo, let's scale it along the x-axis. Adjust the shape of our future ring. Well, approximately, it will look like this. In my opinion, it turns out quite good. Now we need to combine these two parts using the Boolean command. Here I got a little confused. It's better, of course, to rename the objects so as not to get confused and understand which part we are currently working with. Press Boolean, and we get such a blank of our ring. Let's enable symmetry along the y-axis. Lock this view so we don't rotate the model. I select Trim, check the settings, I need Boolean to be enabled. Select Polygon, and let's build such a thing here to give our ring the desired shape. Well, and then, as they say, everyone can adjust the shape of our ring as they like. Well, let's roughly, perhaps, like this. It seems not bad. Press the stylus on the green circle and trim our ring. So, let's remesh our mesh using voxel remeshing. I think 55 polygons will be enough. Let's check Keep Sharp Edge and press Remesh. Here's what we got. Then we need to remesh the ring using Quad Remesher. In the target count window, 256 will be sufficient. You can disable this. In this case, I've talked more about Quad Remesher in one of my videos, so look for it on my channel. And I'll continue. Check the symmetry settings. Don't forget to enable symmetry correctly, just like this. Press Remesh. What did we get? It turned out quite good. A very decent mesh has been created. Next, take Split. In the settings, press None. We need the surface not to close after cutting, and cut off the top like this. This way, we'll add edges here. Then combine these two cut parts back into one using the Join command. Now we have an edge here, and we'll have a sharp angle here. Next, in this menu, press Subdivide several times to see the final result. We have such a ring. Excellent. Well, of course, we made it a little thinner. Well, There's nothing wrong with that. We can go back down to the lower subdivision levels take the mask this half, and adjust it using the gizmo, orienting to our red cubes. Let's adjust here too. Mask. Invert the mask, then gizmo and increase it like this. Well, I think that's enough for an example. The main thing is for you to understand the essence. Next, let's go back to multi-resolution and get an excellent ring. That's it, guys. An excellent ring. If you want to make it hollowed out, there's a lesson about it on my channel. The red cubes will still come in handy. Let's duplicate the cylinder for the next ring. Well, now let's cut out our size in the ring like this, with the Boolean command. Well, great. As for me, it turned out very nice initial shape. That's it, guys. Everything is very simple and interesting. So let's save everything, and let's look at the round ring, I mean with a round top. So we have a cylinder size, there are our cubes, which help us to orient in thickness. Let's enable grid. Next, we'll take the lathe tool and try to align this blue axis with the lathe tool. Well, at least approximately. Roughly like this. It's clear that it's not perfect, but approximately here. Alright, take the path tool and build the shape of our round ring. Arbitrarily the diameter of the top. I'm just showing an example. But here we orient ourselves to our red cubes and try to make a beautiful smooth shape. I think this will be very decent. I press the stylus on the green circle. Here's what we get. Well, maybe we'll still tweak the shape a bit. Let's adjust a bit more here. Something went completely wrong here. I'd better remove this point. I liked it better without it. This way, it will be perfect, I guess. So, our ring is not in the right place. Let's move it along the y-axis to 0. Let's make our finger longer. And what's next? We take the Move tool, adjust the symmetry, like this. And compress the ring in this way, giving it the necessary shape. Let's see what we get. Well, approximately, it's very decent. I'll take a mask to avoid spoiling the top and mask the top circle. And now, using the Move, I'll adjust the shape. Let's see. Let's level it a bit here. I don't like this bump. Let's adjust it a bit. In general, it's very good. Let's remove the mask and remesh the mesh with the Quad Remesher with the same settings. Let's adjust the thickness, orienting to the red cubes. In general, we are tweaking the shape of the ring a bit. It seems to have turned out well. Let's add rigidity edges here as well, as in the previous ring. Let's combine these parts back together. Then apply subdivide several times and get a very beautiful smooth ring shape. Well, let's cut out the holes for the finger. Just like this. Well, that's it guys. Here are two excellent basic rings we've made today. If you need to make it hollowed out, look for a video about it on my channel. Also, don't forget that I have a video about how the Quad Remesher function works. Thanks for watching and for your interest in my videos. It's very inspiring and supportive. See you in the next video.